Hey y'all, I hope you're ready for another chill Nebula grinding session. So, as you can see here, I have made some progress, as you saw from the title and thumbnail. If we come over here to the Goblin Mark II, yes, we go to the Boiling Point Blueprint, then we go over to Zombies. I have finally unlocked Opal for one of my assault rifles. So, I am ready to go through and start grinding those out, but basically the way I'm going to be doing this is I'm going to be grinding headshots for one weapon, and then I'll have, the other weapon that I need to get the special limbs on, just kind of, in my back pocket, either that or I'll buy it from the mystery box or off the wall. For example, the XM4, I'll just buy that weapon off the wall on whatever map I'm playing. Once I get to round 20, 25, then I'll just start to grind them out there, because at that point, once you hit round 20, 25, I mean, you're gonna be getting so many manglers, and then from 30 to 35 especially, you can easily complete those within 30 minutes, if even that. Especially if you're really being efficient, and if you're only going for headshots and you're using the jet gun or the beam smasher, yeah, you can knock that out in no time. Probably even 20, 25 minutes, if we're being honest, with how many manglers spawn later on. So that's kind of my strategy here. Just kind of not necessarily. Is it multitasking? Is that the word? Multitasking, knocking two birds out with one stone, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, right now I need to grind out some more headshots for the C9. So we're going to be doing my favorite strategy, where we just go into the bowling alley on Liberty Falls, put the valve on the thing, get the zombie spawns to speed up. Unfortunately, I will not be able to finish this weapon here, because one of the special challenges requires me to get parasite eliminations, which obviously I cannot do over on Liberty Falls. So not directed, standard. So without further ado, sit back, relax, get cozy. We're about to grind some camos. This time of year always throws me for a loop, man. I live in Florida, which is obviously one of, if not the hottest state in the United States. I don't know what the hottest state would be. Maybe that would actually be Texas or something, but oh man, I wake up, it's 30 degrees outside, gotta get the sweatshirt on, and it's just crazy, because my room tends to be one of the hottest rooms in my house, but oh no, man, even during the 30-degree weather, even my room gets a bit chilly. I have a pretty samey and, simple strategy for getting through the first couple of rounds. We spawn in, activate the Rampage Inducer, then by the time round 2 hits, if I can actually make this jump, just go for it! Jump up here, get the extra zombie spawn in, get a few extra points to kick things off, and yeah, I know some people might be like, why do the bowling alley strategy if you could just leave the Rampage Inducer on? Obviously, that works as well, but it's just because the zombie spawns are so fast when you have that valve on, as well as the fact that it skips all of the vermin rounds. And while personally I don't mind the vermin rounds, and I actually really enjoy those and the parasite rounds, just because, it's a fun way to switch things up. Aha, there it is. Oceanic camo, or Oceanic camo, however you're supposed to pronounce that, which means we're officially halfway on the headshots. But the reason that I like to skip the vermin rounds and just stick with the zombies is because obviously, you're going for zombie critical kills, and you're going to be getting more of those per round if you're doing it on zombies. I'm actually not sure if vermin and parasite eliminations count towards the 2,000 criticals, or I don't even know if maybe the special zombies count towards that as well. Maybe it's just zombies, I don't know. Regardless, skipping the vermin rounds just gets that process done faster and more efficiently. So now when round 5 hits, I always come up here and turn off the Rampage Inducer. It doesn't matter if it's a normal zombie round or if it's a vermin round, I always just go ahead and turn it off at this point. And we do have 500 salvage, which means we're gonna go ahead and make our way out towards the church. So I always come out through here. Since you end up needing to come into the bowling alley in just a few moments anyway, I always shoot that just to get the free hundo points. Thank you all. Dolphin dive in front of PhD in order to get the free loose change. See, this is a whole routine for me. I have this thing down to a T. If you're rocking frag grenades, now would also be a good time to go ahead and do that Easter egg, but, I'm kind of impatient, I'm kind of lazy, so I just sprint straight for the church, start shooting the crystals to get some of the free salvage. My goal is usually to get my weapon up to a rare Pack-a-Punch 1 tier before I go and start up the strategy, just so that I'm as powerful as I can be relative to this round until, just to hold me over for as long as possible, till I need to make another trip out, which usually ends up being around 14 to 15-ish. I like to get set up with a bare minimum of, again, the weapon upgrades that I mentioned, but also, Juggernog before going in. And then once I go out again later, I'll probably grab, Speed Cola and Quick Revive at that time, as well as upgrading our weapon to a Epic tier, as well as Pack-a-Punch 2, and then we go back into the bowling alley till, round, just sometime in the 20s, whenever you happen to get 5,000 salvage and the 30k points in order to fully upgrade your weapon. Then, that would also probably be a good time to grab, a higher armor plate vest and some other perks and all that. And there we go, round 6, we have our first vermin round. And then you just kind of do that thing, and from there you just kind of want to eyeball it. If you're feeling all right, mid-20 or early mid-20s, you're starting to get a little overwhelmed, At that point, just, you know, finish off the valve or just run out of the room and just kind of play out the rounds as normal until you get to round 30. At that point, you want to exfil and then rinse and repeat. Me personally, I'm a bit of a psychopath, and I like keeping the valve on the thing until round 30, which means I'm dealing with those insanely fast zombie spawns for the entire 30 rounds, so, you know, it's a lot faster, but it's also way more chaotic. I don't think we're necessarily going to need to get that far, because I only need, like, a little over 1,000 critical kills, so we'll probably have this done by sometime in the mid-20s, but it's hard to say. But anyways, there it is. We are ready to pack a punch level 1, but we are not ready to do the strategy, because obviously I need to save up a bit more money to open up the bank, as well as get a bit more salvage to get my weapon up to a rare. Again, that's not required. I actually, more times than not, I end up going in with just an uncommon weapon, because I'm too lazy and impatient to wait around to get more salvage, but you know, one way or another. And again, I'd also like to get jug. There it is, 1,000 salvage. Now, if you get lucky enough, and you know, maybe if you come out here and do the Easter egg, you get an uncommon tool, then you would have some extra salvage to put towards the napalm ammo mod, which is obviously really good for not just the abominations, but also the manglers, which you're going to be getting a ton of. Usually, I end up holding off on that and just waiting until later in the game to buy that ammo mod, but hey, if you got the extra salvage now, might as well get it out of the way. Usually, I recommend running Deadwire if you're doing headshots and special limbs over on Terminus, just because you're going to be dealing with a lot of amalgamation, so Deadwire or the Shadow Rift ammo mod is going to make your life like a billion times easier, but then, you know, if you're playing Liberty Falls, I'd recommend just going for Napalm, because while you could do Brain Rot, which is what the Abomination is weak to, I'd recommend just going Napalm, because the Mangler is weak to that, as well as the Abomination. So again, just one of those knocking two birds out with one stone things, being as efficient as possible with your damage. So now we're going to run over here and grab the water valve. There we go. Now we just need a few more headshots in order to be able to afford jug. There we go. There's enough money for jug. Need a few more to afford the door. And yeah, that should be enough for everything that we need. Open up the door, dolphin dive in front of Juggernog, get the free 100, and now we are ready to go do the strategy. I'm really sorry about my hair being all frizzy, by the way. I just looked at the camera and realized how frizzy my hair is, man. I'm looking like Mr. Frizzle over here. And now the strategy begins. Again, it doesn't really matter how far up you push the water pressure thing. I just do it a little bit, maybe like an eighth or a quarter of the way up, just so then it's kind of, just so I can visibly see that the white bar is there, and then and just sort of run around. I would recommend actually turning up the water pressure up to about like 3/4, 80% of the way, just as long as you do not fully complete it before you leave to go pack a punch or grab perks, as long as you're fast enough, because then you can actually do it quick enough to get back before it does that thing where it's like, oh, the valve broke, you need to do it again or whatever. But you know, you don't have to do that. You can just leave and then come back and turn it again. That's just one of my, is that even an OCD thing? I don't know. There's just something satisfying about that. Leaving, doing what you need to do, and then getting back before it resets itself. Again, I don't even think that's necessarily an OCD thing. I think that's just like a, hey, that's kind of like oddly satisfying thing. If you need some help with your headshots while you're doing this, you could also always go ahead and do the Deadshot Easter egg. Me personally, I don't do that just because my aim is fine enough. With this weapon in particular, my aim isn't as good just because I'm relying on iron sights rather than a reticle. I usually always go with like a reticle or an optic of some kind just so I can be that much more accurate, but I'm using the Teddy as a liar blueprint, and obviously you get a unique iron sight with this, similar to like when you're using the Warrior's Blood blueprint for the Model L, you know, you get that unique iron sight, so I really like to rock that if it's available. But yeah, for any other weapon, I'd recommend going with a reticle just so you can be a bit more accurate, because right now, yeah, 160 to 181. I mean, that's a decent ratio. It could be a bit tighter, though. I don't know if this is just a placebo thing, but I found that when you're using an iron sight compared to a reticle, I feel like you have to, like, aim up for a little bit longer, if that makes it. Like, when you go to ADS, you have to look up a bit more than you would if you were using an optic. So far, we're making good progress, though. I mean, we're already a fifth of the way there to the 1,000 headshots that we need. Well, it's a little bit more. It's like 1,000 and, like, what, 18, I think? Again, the rest of the internet can do their thing where they sit on their boring little rooftop and fall asleep for however many hours until they unlock Nebula Camo. You know, I paid $100 for this game because I got the Vault Edition. Actually, I paid more than that because I got this game on Xbox, and then I got it on PlayStation 5 physically, and then I got it on PC as well. The only reason I got it on PC is just so I can, you know, record these videos, because any other time, obviously, I'm playing on console, but, you know, my capture card crapped out, so I can't exactly record off my console, so I had to buy the game over here on PC as well. But yeah, you know, I paid money for the game to play the game, and even if I didn't pay money for the game, even if I was just like a free-to-play player or whatever, like, you know, when I play a video game, I play it to actually play it, and while, yes, you're still technically playing the game when you're just sitting on the rooftop, I mean, are you really? I'll never understand why Call of Duty players always try to min-max everything to a point of where they're not even playing the game, just so then they can finish their tasks, so then they can stop playing the game sooner. Like, it's like, at that point, why are you even playing the game if you don't want to play the game? People are like, oh, here's this AFK Battle Pass XP Master Prestige glitch. It's like, oh, So, but once you complete that task, you already know that that person's probably not going to play the game, or maybe even if they do, it's going to be it's like, why are you doing, like, why are you even playing the game if you don't want to play the game? You know what I mean? Like, if that's really where your mindset's at, then just go play something else. Actually, at that point, I can't even say go play something else, because again, when you're talking about the AFK glitches, I mean, they're not even playing to begin with, and then when it comes to the other things with the camos, I mean, I get wanting to get something done as fast as possible, but like, I don't know, man, there's a limit. And my limit is doing strategies like that, where if you missed the one video where I was talking about it, I did that directed mode strategy for one weapon, and I'm not doing it for any other weapon in the game, because I literally fell asleep. Like, I dozed off and then woke up because zombies started swatting at me. I was like, oh shit, yeah, like, that was my wake-up call, no pun intended. Well, actually, yeah, you know what, pun intended, why not? To be like, yeah, no, dude, I did it for one weapon and never again. I'm just gonna play the game and have fun. But anyway, right now, round 13, we do technically have enough to go out and not only get my weapon up to Pack-a-Punch tier 2, but we also have enough to get the weapon up to a epic rarity. However, I would like to stick around here for just like another round or two, maybe get another 500 salvage so we can afford the Napalm Ammo Burst mod, as well as grab, you know, maybe like Speed Cola, Quick Revive would be really nice, just, you know, just a few basic perks like that. Again, we're not going to be doing the entire strategy in this video, like going to round 30, because I really don't think we're going to need it. I mean, if we end up needing it, then obviously I'll do it, but we only need 1,000 headshots, so we should be able to do that by the mid-20s. At the time of recording this, Treyarch has also officially announced the release date for the first DLC Zombies map in Black Ops 6, that being, what's it called, Citadel des Morts or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what language that is supposed to be, but it looks to be a very Horizon Drock inspired type map, so I'm very excited for that. They announced it'll be coming out, I believe, December 5th, which is like not even 2 weeks from the time that they announced it, because they announced that on a Friday, and the next Thursday after. So, okay, here, I'm trying to explain this. Okay, so there's 13 days between the time that they announced it. They announced it on a Friday. The Thursday that comes right after the Friday that they announced it, that's going to be Thanksgiving, but then the Thursday after that, that's when the map releases, if that makes sense. Anyway, it is now round 15, so just to avoid vermin spawning in, I always wait until some zombies spawn in, because that keeps it from, you know, becoming a vermin round, so there we go, there's a few zombies spawning in there. Alright, now we're safe to leave, so the thing is going to deactivate. Oh yeah, there's our first abomination. The water pressure is going to deactivate in this instance, because I do need to do a couple things beyond just the usual rigmarole, so we're going to come in here, get that to epic rarity, grab Napalm Burst, and then we're also going to go ahead and get our C9 up to a Pack-a-Punch tier 2. Now that we have that, running through the graveyard might have been a bit of a sketchy idea. But we're going to go ahead, I don't even know what that accent was, what the heck. But then I want to run down here, grab Speed Cola, and then also go over and grab Quick Revive, and maybe hang out there for a minute to grab a level 2 armor vest, just so that we can be a bit more protected as we do this strat. Not essential, but just something I tend to do if I have the money. All right, we just got a bonus points, and yeah, my money, it's looking a little, you know, because I don't want to end the round, obviously, because if I do that, it's going to flip the round, and it's gonna become a vermin round, which we do not want, but yeah, we'll be, oh yeah, there it is, there's more zombies. All right, we'll be just fine. Don't want to grab that nuke, definitely not, but we can go ahead and run past the abomination. Thank you. And grab the level 2 armor vest. And now we can kind of hightail it back over this way. Oh, that's 1,500 points. That kind of sucks. Okay, hopefully I have enough zombies to do this. Maybe, yeah, there we go. That's enough. Go ahead and open that, and now we can go this way back around to the bowling alley. Come back here, turn the water out for a minute, just long enough till some zombies spawn in, and yeah, we're back to the strategy. Now, so far, it's been a little slow rolling because it's only round 15, but again, the later you get into the rounds, the more it's going to pick up, and the faster the criticals are going to be rolling. So, like, right now, again, it's going a little slow, but by the time usually that you hit like 25, that's when you really start to feel a pickup, and by the time you hit round 30, it is just absolute chaos, and I am all here for it. Take out the abomination, easy peasy, man. When you have napalm burst, and then later on, once you get elemental pop, because I have the one augment on my elemental pop that makes enemies take more elemental weakness damage. Hopefully I said that combination of words correctly, but I'm pretty sure that that also applies to elites, to where, like, say if they're weak to napalm or brain rot or whatever, then if I have that equipped to my weapon, they take more damage from it. I might be entirely wrong about that, so, you know, I mean, hey, even if I am, it still sounds like a useful augment to have. Luckily enough, I actually almost have every augment that I want in the game. I've already completed all the augments for all my perks. You know, I went through them, I didn't, like, max out all the augments. I know I probably should at some point, just so then I can have all the augments, but, you know, I'll do that once I unlock the main ones I want, but that's what I'm focused on right now, just going through, unlocking the ones that I actually want and the ones that I just want to have on all my perks and stuff at all times. Again, I'll experiment later on because, yeah, it seems like a fun system to where you can really change up the way you play by switching between different augments and all that. But for now, I'll just get the ones that I really want, the ones that I really like. And I'm actually really close to having, like, augments for everything in the game. I just need to do a few more ammo mods and, like, 3 of the field upgrades. So, yeah, I'm pretty close to that. As I'm sure you can tell, things are definitely starting to pick up here. Again, not getting too chaotic, but definitely picking up. I think I'll push it up to, like, round 25, and even if we're not done, I think I'll just end up calling it there for this match, just so that I can still get the exfil XP, because, like, I don't necessarily need to get all the way up to 2,000 critical kills in this match because, again, I'm going to need to play a match of Terminus to get the Parasite eliminations, and even then, once I'm in that match, I'll need to get a few hundred other kills, obviously, to get the other special challenge done. But on the way to the first Parasite round, which usually starts between, like, rounds 5 to 6, you're going to get at least 100 critical kills in that time. So as long as I can get, like, roughly 900 in this match, then that'll set me up quite nicely for that. There's another abomination. Well, thankfully, we have a very powerful weapon to make easy work of him. Oh, yeah, we got a loot key and a mutant injection. I try to say loot and mutant injection all at the same time. Oh, yeah, baby, here comes the chaos. Look at them all pouring in. Oh, you'll love to see it. Are you guys ready for a nice moment of pure train destruction? Hold up, let's go ahead, do the old zigzags here. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just like 2010 on the Kino stage all over again. Oh, there it is, whiteout camo, 1,500 critical camos. Yeah, we'll push it up to round 25. Yes, the Manglers are spawning in. If only I would have had the foresight to grab the XM4, because right now I could actually, like, do both at the same time. I know there's like an XM4 walleye somewhere on this map. I'm just blanking as to where it is actually at the moment. Actually, never mind. That's right. It's literally right beside Jug. I would go grab it, but then I need to like reset the water pressure and all that. So it's not a big deal. I'm really close to getting that one done. So I'll just do that the next time that I play. I've also been using this time to try to get all my diamond badges over here. I have a bunch of the lethals done. Still got to work on the tacticals. I won't lie. Been a little slow on those, but I've been making some pretty good progress there. Are you guys ready for some more pure train destruction? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on, then. Absolute annihilation. We actually have enough to not only pack 3, but we almost have enough to get our weapon up to a legendary rare. Ooh, wait, there's some more salvage over here. Okay, you know what? I wasn't gonna... Oh, wait, yeah, no, never mind. There's literally more salvage on the floor over here. You know what? I normally wouldn't do this so early, but let's just go get crazy powerful. Why not, dude? Let's give it a minute so then the other zombies can spawn in. There we go. There's a zombie spawning in over there. Okay, and just like that, we have a legendary Pack 3 C9, and we are ready to destroy everything. All right, Nico, it is time to go bowling. Got the zombie spawn sped back up, and oh, yeah, look at that destruction. Oh, look at that Mangler. Doesn't even stand a chance. All right, you thought we were dealing some pure train pain and destruction before, but now, yeah, look at that. Even the armored zombies don't stand a chance. Oh my goodness, where did the train even go? Last time it took us a whole mag to get through them, but this time, no siree. Just all of them absolutely annihilated. It's funny how every time that I flipped around, it keeps saying highest round, even though clearly, like, I've gotten to higher rounds than 23. My highest so far is only like, I mean, what was it, like 52, I think, but I haven't had the chance to actually go for like a high round yet. Like, obviously I want to go through and get round 100 on all the maps just because that's my tradition, you know, right? Like, every time a new zombies map comes out, I go in, try to get around 100. But I've just been busy grinding Nebula camo and before that Dark Matter camo. Once I get Nebula, I'm definitely going to go through and not only, oh no, Abomination! Obviously I'm going to get round hundreds on not only Liberty Falls and Terminus, but by that point I'm sure Citadel Does More's will either be out or soon out, so then I'll have to go through and get around 100 on that after, you know, I learn the map, do the Easter egg, yeah, you know, learn how to build the Wonder Weapon and all that. The one thing that's nice about my my Napalm Burst augment setup is that I have the one that makes it so that I can ignite elite enemies, which really helps with the Manglers, but also especially like the Abominations, just so you can do that dot damage. We're looking pretty good on the critical kills right now. We're at like, yeah, 774, so... once we complete not just this round, but then the round after that, obviously we'll have an exfil available, so we'll go ahead and take that, because by that point, I'll be at roughly where I want it to be at on the critical kills, which is about, roughly like 900 or so, because, you know, again, once I start that match at Terminus, and I get the critical kills that it would take to get from, like, rounds 1 to 5 when the first Parasite round would start, you know, round 5 or 6, then, you know, that would equal out nicely to where I unlock that camo. Then I can start working on the Parasite eliminations. There it is, round 25, and I actually have a mutant injection in my back pocket, so might whip that down, might whip that out during the exfil, just make things a bit more interesting, a bit more chaotic. Since I'm recording and all that, this match has been going a bit slower than most of my matches normally go. Usually by this point I'd have about 1,000 critical kills within like the you know, like the 30-minute range. Usually I'd probably be like 2 or 3 rounds ahead of this, but again, since we've been recording, I've been going a little bit slower, kind of taking some time to like mess around. I've also had to intermittently like mess with stuff like my recording stuff just to make sure everything's all good. So normally the strategy would be going a bit faster, but again, since I'm recording, it's going a little bit slower. But I mean, regardless, this is still a really good strategy, super fast. But anyway, just like that, it is round 26, and yeah, that is literally perfect, exactly where I want it to be. That'll be, especially once we exfil, yeah, that'll be spot on. I'll be able to start at the match terminus, finish out those challenges real quick, and then I'll be all set to get my parasite eliminations, do the other special thing, and then finish out the Mystic Gold camo, which is, you know, always easy. You just gotta get the 10 rapid kills 15 times, and then yeah, that'll be my first SMG done, and then intermittently I'll keep working on the ARs as I mentioned before. Just as I assumed it would be, the exfil is on the roof. It seems like anytime you come up here after around like 20, 25, it ends up on the roof. I might be wrong about that, but like if you exfil before that, I've always had it be on like the ground level, but yeah, anything after like 20, it seems like it's always on the roof. Again, might be wrong about that, but that's just what I've noticed at least. I'm out of ammo, unfortunately, so we're just gonna go ahead and pop the mutant injection. Why not? I got all the headshots I need. I don't really feel like buying more ammo, so we'll just make quick work of this guy. Aw, you lovable little big guy. Take out some of the stragglers. Bye-bye Mangler. Bye-bye Zombie. And that should... Oh, no, we got one more. Just whack him, and then we can enter the exfil vehicle. And that's the match completed. I'll be all set to get my C9 gold later. There it is. Successful exfil. We did good, but yeah, that's that. That's where I'll call it for this video. It's time for me to go off camera, keep grinding out Nebula, and yeah, I think I decided that for now, I'm just gonna go all in on Nebula, and then I'll do Abyss camo after. I know I was saying before, I was thinking about like bounce back and forth, like, oh, do some Abyss camo, do some Nebula, but my brain don't work like that with my ADHD. I need to do like all of one thing at once. I did Dark Matter first just because it's always easier to get the multiplayer camos done like when the game comes out, because that's when everybody's still learning it. That's when, you know, people are still calling in some of the lower end shrieks and get away with like shooting down a bunch of UAVs and all that. I mean, people always call in UAVs in Call of Duty, but you know what I mean. Just like, you know, they just had that first couple days of the game being out, first couple weeks is just really easy to go through and get all that stuff done. So obviously I got Dark Matter done like what, like 2 weeks ago now? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. I would have been a lot farther on the Nebula grind by now, but if I'm gonna be honest, I was just really busy like messing around over in multiplayer, and because I'm still trying to go for the Dark Matter badge over there, which I did make a lot of progress on. So if I would have just went camo to camo to camo, we would have probably already had Nebula by now. But again, I have been going for that Dark Matter badge as well, so it's one of those things where I'm going for all the camos, I'm going for all the badges. Sure, you know, if I would have had like a more min-maxy strategy or like a roadmap for how I wanted to do everything, I could have done it more efficiently. But again, that's not how I work. I just play the game for fun. I get things done when I get them done, but also with my ADHD brain, I do also like to keep a bit of structure to that. Like, okay, I'm gonna go all in on this grind. So I did that for as long as I could with, oh, I mean, obviously I got Dark Matter, but then going for the Dark Matter badge, I got to that point of like, all right, this is going to take a lot longer than I thought it would, especially when it comes to getting the tacticals and the lethals and all that. So that's one that I'm going back to at some point, you know, as they drop more weapons, and when I go to, like, grind out Dark Matter camo for, like, the new power drill and, you know, for the Siren 9mm they're going to be dropping, I'll do those. Like, I'll get Dark Matter for those weapons as I'm going for the other badges, you know, again, knocking 2 birds out with 1 stone, and for now, do the Nebula stuff, and then later on Abyss. So that's where we're at. Again, I'm gonna go off camo. I'm gonna go off camera and keep grinding out these camos. And yeah, as always, I'll see you guys tomorrow with a new video. But anyway, as always, massive shout out to all the Patrons and channel members to get only low ball tier, and even bigger shout out to the big ball tier. I'm asking and Big Dad Manny, and the biggest shout out to the GTR Run Events and the Cheese Girl. Thank you guys so much. You guys are literal legends. I love you. Have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.